What's good? What's good? What's good? So last video I told you about the comfort sniffs, and now wanted to just tell you a little bit more about the experiences that I had as a child growing up. For the most part, my stepdad wasn't the worst individual, but yet he wasn't the best father figure or parent figure, I should say. There were definitely nights out where it was obvious what he was doing, especially without my mother, coming in from work and then just basically getting dressed and going out. Like I said, he put on a suit and tie, Stacey Adams, and he'd go out and do his thing. Now, one thing that my stepfather did teach me was manners. Yes, no thank you, yes, thank you, please, all that kind of thing. Taught me responsibility of chores, just taught me certain responsibilities as a young kid, needing to know certain things growing up, because again, still going to need to know certain things growing up, responsibilities, manners, things of that nature. So he was always a person of, yes and thank you, please, no ma'am. Actually, not maybe no ma'am, but no thank you, things of that nature, just being respectful, especially toward adults or authority figures, parents, aunts, uncles, things of that nature, teachers, stuff like that. Just being a good kid, just teaching how to be a good kid, even though he was a jackass towards my mom, but that doesn't mean that he couldn't teach me certain things. I do remember one time that coming from middle school, the trend was Jabot. So I forget the name of the spot, the store in Springfield Mall. But I was like, yeah, I want these new this and that. And he was like, why you want that? I was like, because all the other kids got it. He's like, look, what you don't want to do is dress like everybody else. You want to be an individual. Dress how you want to dress. Don't dress like everybody else, because everybody else could look like a clown. That may be the cool thing if everybody want to look like a clown, but what are you doing? So that was ingrained in me, to be an individual. Do your own thing. Don't be like everybody else. And for sure, he was his own individual when it came to dressing. Excuse the background noise. I'm just rush hour traffic and people are crazy, but I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore. But yeah, he was definitely an individual where he was sharp. He dressed sharp. He looked the part. And so a little bit of that was instilled in me as well, to just not stand out on purpose, but have your own flavor, have your own style, have your own vibe. I talked about the nights out and manners, and that he wasn't a complete jackass towards me. He did teach me certain things. I remember one time it was one kid that and as big as I was in middle school, actually this wasn't even middle school yet, this was elementary school, 5th or 6th grade. One kid came home bullying me, came to the house, told him, and he was like, if you don't knock that MF out with grab a stick, grab anything. So that taught me to stand up for myself. So again, my stepdad wasn't a total, complete, horrible human being, but he just wasn't the best example of a father figure or parent figure towards my mother or towards my brother and myself. So those are the things that have always stood out and stuck with me over the years, because again, these are the foundations that shaped my childhood, which ultimately led into my adulthood. The not having the confidence to approach certain situations, to see the outcome of which I wanted at that point in time. The ability to connect with certain people because I wasn't able to get out of my own way or my own feelings and know how to engage with others. Just overall confidence in a lot of things. But as these videos go on, you'll see that I developed or just did things out of instincts and developed my own confidence or my own, I guess you can say, way of doing things without having anyone push me or teach me or show me how to do it. I just did it and it worked out. Most cases because I had planned it out accordingly, because I wanted to see a certain result or a certain goal. and I made sure that was to occur. Hell, I remember one time in college that I was, this is how hard I went in college. So I wanted to be a part of something in college. First year on campus, first semester on campus, just wanted to be a part of something. There's my light. So I was like, you know what, let me run for, Student Government Association. At the time I was in a dorm, I was on the 10th level, 10th floor, good old Raff University, shout out to RU. 10th floor, and they was having a council for the floors 10 through 13, so I wanted to run for the treasury. Well, this other chick, she had her game on point, her campaign was on point, so she won. But needless to say, I got word from the RA that was like, hey, there's a position open for the entire campus, so I ran for it. As a freshman, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just wanted to be a part of something. Now I ran for it and I won it, so it put me at a position where I was like, all right, well, now you have to figure out how to get some money for this department. So I did a car wash, planned it out, did a car wash at McDonald's, called them up, said, hey, we're going to do this and that. A lot of volunteers showed up and we made a nice chunk of money. Now again, as a freshman, never doing that from high school, never seen anybody. Well, actually in high school, yeah, we had car washes, but I never organized them. But to organize this and have it come off successfully as a freshman, that was something that nobody showed me how to do it. Nobody gave me the confidence. Nobody wrote this down for me. It was just something I figured out how to do it, and I did it. So it's not that my stepfather didn't instill anything in me. Kind of in hindsight, I took those teachings that he gave me or didn't give me and kind of shaped my own way of thinking and my own way of doing things. Because again, if I wasn't going to get it from him and I saw how other people were moving and doing things, and I wanted to do that as well, it just gave me inspiration or motivation to do what wasn't taught to me or what wasn't shown to me, but to move and do things in a different way. So just a little bit of insight as to my childhood and what shaped me into the man that I am, but more to come.